Hey guys, it's Chelsea. So today I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about dating. I asked a couple questions through my inbox and whatnot. I would do some first date advice, tell you about my first dates, and just give you some advice on it because I learned a lot about what to do, what not to do, what to say, what to wear. Yeah. I have things on my phone as always. I feel like I'm always looking at my phone and videos, but it makes it easy, okay? I have notes. This is not foolproof. There's always going to be different situations, different circumstances, different things where you can leave out some of this stuff but apply some of it. So just take everything with a grain of salt and use it in your own way. First thing is make sure you know the person first. Now, obviously the first date is really a time where you're getting to know that person more, and it's gonna make the other dates kind of easier. You know, you have things to talk about, things to refer to, make sure you click, things like that. But definitely just make sure you know the person first. Of course, there's gonna be maybe that one random person you meet somewhere that wants to go on a date with you, and that's fine, but just don't make it too random. Try and keep it with at least someone you somewhat know, just because going out with strangers can not only be dangerous, but also just kind of like a waste of time and just really awkward. And although, you know, if someone you hardly even know, you know, could ask you out and y'all could be married for the next 50 years, in all reality, it doesn't usually work out that way. So just make sure you at least kind of know the person first. It's gonna make conversation and everything's so much easier, because if you literally don't know anything about the person, how are you even, like, what do you even start with? How was your day? Oh, this happened? Oh God, I don't even, like, wow. You know, like, you couldn't relate, and it's just gonna be awkward. Make it casual and wear casual. I think the first date being some extravagant thing just really sets it up for failure. Now, of course, if you have the money or he has the money to take you out to a really nice place, obviously don't say no and be like, let's go to Olive Garden. But I do feel like somewhere like Olive Garden, Outback, these like mid-grade casual restaurants are nice because, first of all, in case he is a douchebag or she's a douchebag, whatever, and doesn't pay, like whoever asked who out doesn't pay, at least, oh my gosh, of course my boyfriend's texting me right now, at least you know you'll be able to afford it, first of all. And second of all, because of course there is always a high chance on the first date that it's not gonna work out. There's never gonna be a second date, and you don't wanna like blow all this money or make them blow all this money. So money, as well as just kind of comfortability. I think everyone can be comfortable in one of those restaurants, but if you are in this really, you know, like top of the line restaurant, of course the food's gonna be amazing and everything, but you may not be fully comfortable, and you can't always be fully yourself in those restaurants because there are certain guidelines, especially to what you can wear, not wear, how you can act and things like that. So, you know, I would say make it as casual as possible, just so it's a little more fun and lighthearted and not serious, and you don't feel uncomfortable at all. At least not more than you need to be than just, you know, the average first date jitters. Also, this is another kind of just safety thing, and this is more for when you're older. Obviously, if you're in high school and a guy asks you out and you go on a date, it's really not a big concern. No, you know, your parents are most likely, because you live with them, are gonna know where you are. But this is more if you're older. Just make sure, I mean, you're probably gonna brag to your friends anyway that you're going out with this person or that person, but just make sure that someone else knows, just for a safety thing, because honestly, this world is full of crazy people, and not even saying like, in the sense of being murdered or anything like that, but just simple rape or assault or anything like that that could happen on a first date because you may not know this person very well. You want someone else to know about it, to know where you are, and to know that you're safe, and make sure that you get home safe. Or if you do end up staying the night at his house, make sure you're back and, you know, alive and well and everything the next morning. So anyway, just make sure someone else knows who you are. If you're younger, then I would assume your parents would. But if you're older, just, you know, just send a text to your friend, hey, I'm going out with this guy tonight, you know, make sure I get home safe, like a little smiley face or something like that. And Josh's first date was actually like the technical first date, going to a local like outdoor mall and just kind of walking around. It was nice because we got to talk. There wasn't any pressure to necessarily buy anything, you know, like the pressure when you're at a meal and having like, is this person gonna pay? Am I gonna pay? What's gonna happen? Is he gonna be a gentleman? Am I gonna be a good girl? Like, what am I doing? You know, I make more money, like, you know, things like that. Whereas at the mall, there's no pressure to buy anything. You also get to kind of see like their style and see what they like where people shop, and the different comments they make about stuff says a lot about them, like the stores they look in, things like that. remarks they make when you're in different places. And it was just fun and casual, and we got to enjoy the weather. And so definitely going to the mall is also a nice choice as well, but you don't necessarily get to sit one-on-one and have a good conversation with someone. It's very, hey, yeah, you know what I mean? Also, to make sure, kind of going on the things that I already said, to make sure you do have your own money for this meal just in case, because at the end of the day, if that person doesn't end up paying or what have you, you know, you need to make sure that you have the money to pay for it, because obviously someone's got to pay for the meal, you know, and the general society be gracious enough to pay for the meal for you. But, you know, just in case, always have your money. Thing is, don't go to the movies or anywhere where you can't talk. I've fallen victim to this before, and it was not fun, because this guy asked me out. He was like, do you want to go see this movie? We go see this movie, and automatically I knew what he wanted as soon as he took me to the top, like he took me to the very top section in the corner. And I was just like, is this guy serious right now? So basically I knew that all he wanted to do was like make out, which ended up happening. Like, we barely even watched the movie, and it really sucked because I was like really interested in getting to know this person and them getting to know me, whereas we were just like not even paying attention to the movie the whole time. As a first date, you don't get to talk and you don't get to know each other, and although it's fun and casual, you don't really get to know that person, which is what the first date's all about. It sucked. It sucked. And honestly, if a guy kind of makes that move to go to the movies, just stand your ground and be like, actually, I'd kind of rather go to dinner, and see how he reacts. If he's like, oh, well, you know, then you know he was probably only wanting one thing, honey. But if he's like, oh my God, yeah, like you're right, like, let's go to dinner, like something, then be like, oh my God, this guy's great, you know, he just doesn't know. Next thing is leave your cell phone away. I would definitely say if there's a dull moment and he goes to the bathroom or you're just waiting, of course, just be on your, like you can be on your phone, just shoot your friend a text, but don't sit there and be on your phone the whole time, because it's one of those things where you have to treat the way you want to be treated. And if you're gonna be on your cell phone the whole night, he probably will be too. And anyway, just kind of leave your cell phone away, because everyone else can wait while you get to know this person. And there shouldn't be, I mean, of course there's gonna be more important people in your life, but definitely this person, you know, asks you on a date and things like that, and or if you ask them on a date, you know, they deserve your time and your importance to them and things like that. So anyway, of course there's always gonna be certain situations where if you're like a mom and someone's babysitting your kids, make sure they're okay. You know, there's always gonna be certain situations that will void that, but just as a kind of general rule, just try and keep your cell phone away as much as possible and focus on that person. Next thing is to be yourself. Oh my gosh, I know definitely with like my first dates, I was always trying to put on some persona that I wasn't, and it's so important to just be yourself, talk about what you want to talk about, and what else did I put here? Yeah, ask tons of questions, because people love to talk about themselves, and it's gonna make you look better that you're like, it'll make you look, even if you're not interested in their life and what they're going through, what they're talking about, you know, things like that. Asking questions, listening to what they're saying, then asking another question involving that. But definitely just be yourself, don't be anyone else. And honestly, if this person starts making you feel uncomfortable for being yourself, then get the hell out of there. Just go up to the waitress, ask, can I have my part of the bill, pay it, and leave. And just be like, no, because you should always feel comfortable being yourself around anybody, but especially someone like that, you know, someone you might consider dating. Talk about the one thing that always gets brought up about after the first date is about what happens after the first date. And I think that whatever happens after the first date, whether you want to go home with this person, whether you just want to kiss, whether you just want to hug, whether you don't want to do anything, is completely up to you. Don't let anyone pressure you. It is not okay for anyone to be like, come on, can't you come upstairs? Don't you just want to come upstairs? We'll just talk, like I promise. Like, no. Like, if you're not comfortable with it, then let them know that you're not comfortable with it. And this can go one of two ways. Sometimes when you're like that, guys, and I guess occasionally girls, will find that kind of attractive. Like, you're probably the first person to say no to them, and they're gonna be like, whoa, like this person, like, you know, wait a minute. But or it could go south and they could, you know, just never text you again or what have you if you don't, which is perfectly fine, because you shouldn't want that kind of person anyway. But, you know, whatever you want to do after the first date, just make sure you are 100. I'm not saying 99.9, I'm saying 100% okay with whatever happens. Make sure that you are in a state of being able to be consensual about anything that happens. You know, make sure that you're not too drunk or too, if you're doing drugs or like what have you, just make sure that you're like 100% able to consent to whatever's gonna happen after the first date. But if you're comfortable with it, then yeah, don't let anyone shame you. Don't let anyone tell you what to do. Don't let that person tell you what to do or your friend tell you what to do. Do whatever you want to do. I think that whatever you're comfortable with, you know, every person has a kind of instinct and a gut feeling. And if your gut feeling is telling you no, then say no. If it's telling you that, hey, like, it's been a while, like, let's go, then fuck, do it. You know what I mean? Anyway, last thing is have fun. Dating is fun and awesome, and just don't have any regrets. And at the end of the day, you want your first date to not have any regrets. You don't want to do anything or say anything that you didn't mean, and there's probably going to be something you said that you kind of regret doing, but you know, serious regrets, you know, like going home with them and you know, realizing that wasn't a good decision, or you know, kind of giving them false hope, you know, you're not into them but you're like pretending to be. Like, no, like, you know what I mean? Just have fun. You know, dating is fun, and you're gonna meet people that you don't click with. You're gonna meet people that you click with but you find out are douchebags, and you're gonna eventually find someone that is like amazing for you and perfect for you. And anyway, so good luck on your first date. I hope it goes well. Let me know if you guys have any first date stories in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time here on Life of Chelsey. Bye.